This audio program by Radio AI is generated using artificial intelligence technologies. The voices you hear in this program are synthetic, and the thoughts they express are shaped through artificial intelligence-driven reasoning and iterative refinement.
Welcome to Radio AI, where we embark on a deep dive into fascinating topics, helping you navigate complex ideas with clarity and fresh insight. Today we're tackling a question that seems simple, maybe, but actually holds a surprising amount of complexity. Are public celebrations, like national holidays, truly important? You might instantly say yes, but as we sort of peel back the layers, we'll uncover not just their profound utility, but also some, unexpected tensions.
Yeah, what's truly fascinating here is how these aren't just symbolic rituals. They're incredibly practical tools, actually. Think of them as society's way of creating a shared story, turning these big abstract ideas like heritage or unity into something you can actually feel and do.
Like a parade, maybe?
Exactly, like a parade or a big family meal. History shows us, from ancient harvest festivals to modern national days, communities have always used these events. They use them to reinforce what binds them together and, crucially, pass on their core values to the next generation.
That's a really great way to put it. So when we talk about creating that shared story, what does that actually look like on the ground? How do these collective actions really build a sense of la?
Well, imagine the quiet collective effort that goes into preparing for, say, a community festival, or even the synchronized movements in a big parade. These aren't just random acts. They're like societal memory apps, you could say.
Memory apps, I like that.
Yeah, they install these shared experiences that anchor our collective identity. They create those moments where everyone's attention is kind of focused together. It reinforces where a group comes from and who they are today, bridging generations. I mean, history is just full of examples, right? Mm-hmm. From ancient bonfire rituals to town square gatherings, communities relied on these moments to strengthen their bonds.
As you describe how these events build identity, it makes me think, can this push for unity ever lead to unintended exclusion? Like, what happens when that shared narrative isn't actually shared by everyone? Can celebrations sometimes create divisions instead of bridging them?
Oh, absolutely. That's a crucial point. Their significance is definitely not uniform across the board. What feels like a celebration of continuity to some people can, for others, feel like a single official story that sort of ignores or flattens their own diverse experiences.
How does that exclusion happen? Is it obvious?
Sometimes it's subtle. Perhaps the symbols used only represent a dominant culture, or maybe the events are designed in ways that assume certain traditions are universal when they're not. You see communities aiming for true inclusivity, often trying things like rotating themes, or inviting underrepresented groups to help design elements, or diversifying the very motifs used.
Okay, so it sounds like a delicate balance then. But does trying to include everyone sometimes risk weakening the very essence of what the celebration stood for originally? Can broadening participation accidentally, water down a long-standing tradition?
You've really hit on the core challenge there. Yes, efforts to broaden participation can sometimes weaken that central idea that once unified participants, or dilute those traditions that made them uniquely powerful in the first place. It's tricky.
So how do communities navigate that?
Well, one strategy is to try and keep the core ritual elements constant, while letting things like the music or the food or other surrounding elements evolve. But it's hard because even with the best intentions, these events can inadvertently reinforce existing social structures, like who gets to speak or where the main stage is located, or even what language is prioritized.
Right. Okay, so we've talked about the big ideas, the identity stuff, but let's get practical for a moment. Do these holidays actually, hit us in the wallet or even just lift our spirits? What are the sort of economic and psychological ripples?
They absolutely do. On the economic front, these events are often mini engines. Think about how much activity clusters around them.
Yeah, buying stuff, traveling.
Exactly. Special goods and services, travel, hospitality. Studies even show that recurring festivals can drive serious infrastructure investment over time. And they can foster niche cultural industries, creating new jobs, and psychologically. What's fascinating is that even the anticipation of a shared holiday can trigger a collective mood lift.
Really? Just looking forward to it.
Yeah, it proves our calendars are these subtle architects of our well-being, in a way.
I can definitely see the benefits you've outlined, the economic boost, the good feelings. But I'm also thinking, can these very advantages become downsides? Is there a point where celebrating too much or too rigidly actually hurts a community rather than helping it?
That's precisely the risk. Over-commercialization is a big one. Or traditions that become so rigid they feel stale, that can quickly diminish the authenticity of people just tune out.
Yeah, I can see that.
And there's also real pressure on individuals sometimes, right?
Yeah.
The social expectation to participate, maybe the financial strain of holiday expenses, or even that feeling of alienation if the central symbol or theme just doesn't connect with your own life or background.
So, where does this all leave us? We've seen how public celebrations are far more than just, days off work. They're potent living tools for shaping our identity, strengthening social bonds, and even driving our economy. But their lasting value isn't fixed, is it? It seems it truly lies in that ongoing dance, that negotiation between honoring tradition and constantly figuring out who and what these celebrations are truly meant to represent, ensuring they can evolve and stay relevant across changing times. Maybe the most important celebration is the one we're still actively shaping together.
That's the crucial insight, I think.
Exactly.
The real significance isn't static. It's not set in stone. It's all about their constant adaptation to evolving social realities, how effectively they can embrace inclusivity, and whether they genuinely connect with a truly diverse range of human experiences while still fostering that collective vitality. It's really a continuous conversation.
Thank you for joining us on Radio AI and for dedicating your time and attention to this deep dive. We truly hope it sparks some new thoughts about the holidays and celebrations that shape your world. We'd love to hear your reflections in the comments below. Hope to have you with us again on Radio AI until next time.